When discussing history's most impactful figures, Napoleon Bonaparte invariably emerges as a towering personality. A brilliant commander who rose to become Emperor of France, he reshaped Europe and left an indelible mark on the world. But how exactly did Napoleon manage to seize such immense power and carve out his legendary destiny? Join us as we delve into the remarkable story of his ascent. Born on the picturesque island of Corsica, the future general immersed himself in military studies from a remarkably young age. After establishing a promising career within the army, Napoleon's true opportunity arose with the outbreak of the French Revolution in 1789, a period ripe for ambitious talent. In the wake of the Great French Revolution, the nation was frequently rocked by coups, uprisings, and widespread rebellions. Simultaneously, neighboring monarchies actively sought to militarily reinstate the French monarchy, fearing the spread of revolutionary ideals. This fear led to the formation of the first anti-French coalition, uniting European powers against the new revolutionary government. Throughout these turbulent times, Napoleon consistently sided with the nascent revolutionary authority. In 1795, he played a crucial role in suppressing a significant royalist rebellion that erupted in Paris. Bonaparte's firm and decisive actions during this crisis earned him a well-deserved promotion through the military ranks. Then, on March 2nd, 1796, he received a pivotal appointment, command of the French army operating in Italy. During the Italian campaign, Napoleon swiftly proved himself to be both a charismatic leader and a highly effective strategic mind. Under his brilliant command, his soldiers decisively defeated the Sardinian army and forced Austrian forces into a hasty retreat. Bonaparte returned to Paris a triumphant hero, his reputation as a military genius firmly cemented, and the government promptly tasked him with launching an expedition against Britain. However, Napoleon possessed a shrewd understanding of Britain's overwhelming naval advantage, leading him to contemplate an alternative strategy for conquest. His new plan was to seize Egypt, thereby gaining control over a vital strait crucial for Britain and its colonial interests. Thus, in 1798, the ambitious Egyptian campaign was launched, setting Napoleon on a new trajectory. However, the expedition soon faced severe difficulties, as Napoleon's forces became encircled by British and Ottoman armies. Word of this dire situation quickly spread across the European continent, causing widespread alarm and strategic shifts. This development directly precipitated the formation of the Second Anti-French Coalition, uniting several powers against France. Consequently, France's geopolitical standing became increasingly precarious, facing threats from multiple fronts. The nation's fragile stability was now seriously jeopardized by these renewed external pressures and internal turmoil. Recognizing the gravity of the situation at home, Bonaparte made the difficult decision to abandon his army in Egypt. He secretly departed from his troops and swiftly returned to Paris, leaving his expeditionary force behind. Upon his arrival, he found France gripped by a deepening political crisis, with instability pervading the government. The country was in a state of disarray, suffering from both military setbacks abroad and a severe lack of effective leadership. Adding to the nation's woes, the territories Napoleon had so brilliantly conquered in Italy were now being recaptured by enemy forces. This reversal underscored the critical decline of French power and influence across Europe since his departure. The ruling Directory, already struggling, had by this point completely lost its authority and public trust. Its inability to manage the escalating crises left a power vacuum, making the government ripe for change. The ruling Directory, having completely lost public confidence, was widely perceived as incapable of effectively governing the fragmented nation. Recognizing this critical power vacuum, one of its own directors, Emmanuel Sieyès, began secretly planning to establish a more stable internal order. To achieve this ambitious goal, he started to rally his allies and supporters, persuading them to join him in orchestrating a decisive coup d'etat. The conspirators quickly realized that a successful overthrow required a highly popular and charismatic leader to gain public acceptance. Their search for such a commanding figure naturally led them to Napoleon Bonaparte, who had recently returned to France amidst great acclaim. Together, these plotters meticulously prepared for the coup, strategically winning over crucial figures within the government and military. Their coordinated efforts culminated in the definitive collapse of the Directory, marking a seismic shift in French politics and power. This momentous event is historically recognized as the Coup of 18 Brumaire, named after the unique revolutionary calendar. Brumaire was the second month in this calendar, which began a new era for France in 1792 with a completely different system of months. The 18 Brumaire coup proved to be a pivotal turning point, allowing Napoleon to consolidate power and reclaim France's lost acquisitions in Italy. Following these military successes, he skillfully negotiated peace treaties with various European powers, bringing an end to the War of the Second Anti-French Coalition. However, these treaties only paused hostilities, leaving many deep-seated international rivalries and contradictions between states unresolved. In 1802, Napoleon's authority was further cemented when he was granted the prestigious right to serve as consul for life. During this era of relative peace, Napoleon embarked on an ambitious program of reforms designed to stabilize the country and strengthen his personal authority. He profoundly transformed key sectors, including administration, the economy, and education, leading to the adoption of the groundbreaking Napoleonic Code in 1804. The nation's military was actively being reorganized and bolstered, preparing for a future of outward expansion and territorial growth. In February 1804, a significant royalist conspiracy came to light, shaking the political landscape. Following this discovery, official media outlets began to frequently publish articles advocating for the First Consul's authority to become hereditary. This public discourse quickly built momentum, signaling a growing sentiment that a permanent, dynastic leadership was necessary for national stability. Then, on the 18th of May, 1804, a truly pivotal moment arrived for France and its formidable leader. Napoleon Bonaparte was formally declared the Emperor of France, marking a dramatic and unprecedented shift from republic to empire. From this point forward, he would be universally recognized as Napoleon I, solidifying his new imperial status and title. Thus, the ambitious general had finally achieved absolute and undisputed power within the nation's borders. Yet, his vast ambitions were far from satisfied by control over France alone. His gaze was fixed on a larger stage. Unbeknownst to them, Europe stood on the precipice of an era defined by widespread conflict and vast military campaigns. A tumultuous period, soon to be known as the Napoleonic Wars, was about to unfold, forever altering the continent's history and political map. We sincerely hope you found this historical journey engaging. Please share your thoughts on this fascinating topic in the comments below. If this video manages to reach 10,000 likes, we promise to create a dedicated feature exploring the epic Napoleonic Wars in detail. Thank you immensely for watching until the very end. Please consider subscribing to our channel and giving this video a thumbs up to support our work. You can also see our generous sponsors displayed on screen. If you wish to appear in our future videos, support us via Boosty with the link available.